Preview.
Washington, President Trump escalated his tough talk on North Korea, declining to rule out the possibility of a preemptive strike against Pyongyang, and suggesting that his warning earlier in the week promising fire and fury was not strong enough. "It's about time that somebody stuck up for the people of this country and for the people of other countries," Trump said at his Bedminster, NJ, golf resort before a meeting yesterday with Vice President Mike Pence and national security officials, including National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster and CIA Director Mike Pompeo. North Korea better get their act together or they're going to be in trouble like few nations ever have been in trouble in this world. Okay, Trump added. He then challenged dictator Kim Jong-un directly. Let's see what he does with Guam. If he does something in Guam, it will be an event the likes of which nobody has seen before will happen in North Korea, Trump said. Asked if his words were a dare to Kim, Trump replied, "It's not a dare, it's a statement." Asked about the possibility of a preemptive strike against North Korea, which threatened to fire 4 missiles over the U.S. territory of Guam as early as next week, Trump replied, "We don't talk about that. I never do. We'll see what happens." A state-run Chinese paper said today Beijing is warning against a preemptive strike by the U.S. if the U.S. and South Korea carry out strikes and try to overthrow the North Korean regime. China will prevent them from doing so, an editorial in Global Times states. The paper adds if North Korea launches missiles that threaten U.S. soil first and the U.S. retaliates, China will stay neutral. Defense Secretary James Mattis underscored the military's readiness for any confrontation with North Korea. But in brief comments to reporters yesterday in California, he moderated his earlier tone on Wednesday, when he said North Korean aggression would lead to the end of its regime and destruction of its people. "Do I have military options? Of course, I do. That's my responsibility, to have those. And we work very closely with allies to ensure that this is not unilateral either, and of course there's a military solution," Mattis said yesterday. But he emphasized that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley were taking the lead in search of a non-military solution. "The American effort is diplomatically led, it has diplomatic traction, it is gaining diplomatic results," Mattis said. "The tragedy of war is well enough known, it does not need another characterization beyond the fact that it would be catastrophic." Though earlier this week Trump touted a UN Security Council vote to boost sanctions against North Korea, an effort spearheaded by Haley. Yesterday, he expressed doubt that diplomacy would be effective. "We'll always consider negotiations, but they've been negotiating now for 25 years, Trump said, adding that efforts by former presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush and Barack Obama failed to end North Korea's nuclear threat. "It's about time. Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it." In a statement issued yesterday on North Korea's state-owned news agency KCNA just before Trump's remarks, Pyongyang also escalated its rhetoric, saying that the U.S. would suffer a shameful defeat and final doom.